Hello everyone! So today we will be discussing about the levels of biological organization. Our objectives are define the different levels of biological organization, describe each level from cell to biosphere, identify how each cell connects to the next. Let's start. So this concept shows how living things are arranged from the simplest to the most complex levels. Each level builds upon the previous one and all levels work together to help organisms grow, function, and to survive. Understanding these levels helps us see how life is organized from a tiny cell to the entire planet. The biological organization, it shows how living things are arranged from the simplest to the most complex levels. So, let us now start in the cell. So cell is the smallest unit of life. Every living organism, whether plant, animal, or microorganisms, is made up of cells. Cells carry out all the processes necessary for life, such as obtaining energy, removing waste, and reproducing. Examples are red blood cells, which carry oxygen throughout the body. Next, nerve cells, which transmit messages between the brain and other parts of the body. Which means cells are the foundation of life because all higher levels of organization are made from cells. Next one is the tissue. When similar cells come together and work for the same purpose, they form a tissue. The example of it is the muscle tissue, which contracts to produce movement. Next one, nervous tissue, which helps transmit electrical signals throughout the body. Lastly, the epithelial tissue, which covers and protects organs and the body structure, which means tissues are essential building blocks for organs. Next one, we have the organ. It is formed when different types of tissues work together to perform a specific function. The examples are the heart, which pumps blood and delivers oxygen to the whole body. Next one, the lungs, which take in oxygen and remove carbon dioxide. Next one is the stomach, which digests food and absorb nutrients. Which means organs make life possible by performing tasks that tissue alone cannot do. Next, we have organ system. An organ system is a group of organs that work together to carry out a major function in the body. Organ system allow complex organisms to survive, grow, and reproduce efficiently. So the example of organ system is the digestive system, which breaks down the food and absorb nutrients. Next one, circulatory system, which transports blood, nutrients, and oxygen to all parts of the body. Next one is the nervous system, which coordinates actions and responses to the environment, which means organ systems ensures that all parts of the body work together in harmony. Next, we have the organism. It is a complete living thing capable of independent life. It is the result of all lower levels of organization working together. For example, is humans, dogs, trees, even a single bacterium is considered an organism because it can survive and reproduce on its own. Next, we have the population. It is a group of organisms of the same species living in a particular area at the same time. Members of a population interact, compete, or cooperate for resources like food, water, and shelter. Examples are a colony of rabbits in a forest or a school of fish in a lake. Populations help scientists understand how species survive and adapt in their environment. Next one, we have the community. It includes different populations living together in a specific area. Members of a community interact and depend on one another, forming a network of relationships that support life. Example is the plant, animals, fungi, and microorganisms in a forest form a community, which means community shows how different species coexist and affect each other in a nature. Now we have the ecosystem. It is made up of a community of living organisms and their non-living environments such as air, water, soil, and sunlight. Ecosystems involve energy flow and nutrient cycling, which maintain balance in nature. For example is coral reef, where fish, algae, and other organisms interact with water and sunlight. Next is forest, where trees, animals, and soil work together with sunlight and rain. Lastly, a pond supporting both plants and animals along with water quality, which means ecosystems are essential because they support life and provide resources for survival. We have here now the biome. It is a large natural region of the earth with a specific climate, soil, plants, and animals adapted to live there. Biomes cover large areas and are defined by temperature and rainfall patterns. We have tropical rainforest with high rainfall and dense vegetation. Next one is desert with very little rainfall and extreme temperatures. Next one is tundra, cold with limited vegetation. Lastly, grassland with wide open spaces dominated by grasses, which means biomes show how life adapts to different environmental conditions on Earth. Lastly, we have the biosphere. It is the zone of life on Earth where all living things exist. It includes land, water, and air, and encompasses all organisms and their interactions with the environment. Example, all forests, oceans, rivers, deserts, and mountains together form the biosphere. The biosphere is the largest level of biological organization and support all life on Earth. To conclude, the levels of biological organization show how life is structured from the tiny cell to the entire biosphere. Each level is built on the one before it, and together they allow organisms to survive, function, and interact with the environment, from cells to tissues, organs, organ systems, organisms, populations, communities, ecosystems, biomes, and finally the biosphere. Each level have an important role in maintaining life on Earth. So that ends our discussion. Thank you!